The university has come from a teacher training college roots. We were established about 50 years ago when we got our university standard, and we are based in the heart of Canterbury, and we have a Medway campus. We have about 18,000 students in total, and we cover a wide range of subjects and topics.
I'm responsible for the technology at the university. When the country started to go down into lockdown due to the COVID pandemic, we had a real issue delivering applications to our students. And as part of that response, obviously we didn't have enough compute power on premise to actually deliver those kinds of desktops out to students.
The primary objective was to be able to have the capacity to sort of deliver a solution to students as it's required during the pandemic, and to have the flexibility to deliver either to a large number of students or a particularly focused number of students who had a very specific need. And by using Azure Virtual Desktop, we had that flexibility in that we could go as big or as small as we wanted, and we could have different models of specification of the VMs that we were running as well, which we wouldn't necessarily have with an on-premise solution.
So Azure Virtual Desktop was absolutely the perfect partnership for us in order to deliver those applications out to our students.
So at the turn of the year, we'd already had a number of conversations with the team around what this up-and-coming technology was. So when COVID hit, there was a really good opportunity to kind of put that into practice. Canterbury took this as a really good opportunity to try out this new technology, and the two seemed to marry up really nicely. So within the space of about a month, maybe 2 months, we'd gone from very preliminary conversations as to what this could do, all the way up to a proof of concept rollout that the university had a hands-on approach towards, and we're already using as part of their daily infrastructure.
We partnered for Microsoft licensing with Phoenix Software a number of years ago, and that relationship really has been cemented during the pandemic. They've always been there for us, assisting us and making sure that we were getting and leveraging the best value from our Microsoft contract that we possibly could.
And then we had some communication from Microsoft that they were introducing an incentive scheme where they would provide some matched funding for the Azure hosting and for some consultancy work to work with a partner to be able to deliver Azure Virtual Desktop as soon as possible to provide facilities as a pandemic response. And it was at that point that we engaged Phoenix to help us with that.
The time frame for Azure Virtual Desktop becoming available to us as a university was absolutely critical, because the whole country went into lockdown. They managed to leverage fast-track resources from Microsoft, and that really allowed us to prove the concept that we were trying to design out for our students. And actually, Microsoft's investment really helped us seal the platform and use Azure Virtual Desktop to its fullest.
We also have a cohort of students who are part of the Kent and Medway Medical School. This was a new partnership that was set up between ourselves, the University of Kent and the NHS. In the height of the pandemic, we were able to open the Verona Homes building. The KMMS partnership helped with the £65 million investment that went into the building, and then we've been able to support those students with the delivery of our Azure Virtual Desktop. We started the engagement in March 2020 with Phoenix and Microsoft. By working with them, it allowed us to have a proof of concept working by the end of June, and then for our students we had a working virtual desktop at the start of the academic year.
Canterbury Christ Church has recognised that a digital transformation and a digital strategy are key to our success moving forwards. They might need to go to a job after a lecture and then pick up notes later on in the evening. So it needs to be a 24/7 campus for students to access, either on campus, in the estate, in a real environment, or in a digital world.
When the pandemic first hit, we were all very surprised, and we didn't quite know how things were going to work out for our courses. We were stuck. But when Virtual Desktop came in, it was a lot simpler and easier to access all types of university-based applications.
Chemical engineering is a very practical, hands-on subject. We use some software that requires some very expensive licenses, and within that, using Windows Virtual Desktop made it much more sort of budget-friendly for the university, and that means that students can get much more hands-on, get much more time learning through the software, learning different programming skills that would otherwise be inaccessible through their home desktops.
I think what's important is once you have a solid partner And Phoenix Software for us really do deliver on their promise to actually put their customers first, work with us to make sure that Microsoft and the investment in that technology is actually leveraged. And you know, I think that's absolutely critical to a successful partnership, and it delivers for the students.
Phoenix have a strong working relationship with Microsoft, and as their UK Country Partner of the Year for 2021, had helped many organisations deploy Azure Virtual Desktop during COVID-19. We were able to bring those skills to bear for Canterbury and also engage Canterbury with the Microsoft UK account team and technical support. That really gave Canterbury assurance that this solution was going to be in line with best practice, and we're working alongside the vendor every step of the way to make sure this project was a success.
Having Microsoft and Phoenix as partners on the project was really helpful in terms of delivery. By working with Microsoft and particularly working with Phoenix, they were able to come in and say, this is how it's been delivered at other institutions. When we worked with them, we had the confidence that it was going to be a quality product at the end of the delivery.
The cloud and Azure Virtual Desktop gave us the additional throughput that we needed in order to deliver to many thousands of students a robust, reliable desktop experience. But actually leveraging cloud services is absolutely paramount to the university in order to provide flexibility and scalability.